Hi, this is Good Mom, Bad Mom podcast. This is Danielle, aka the Bad Mom.
And this is Jennifer, aka the Good Mom.
Today, we've decided this is our weakest theme of episodes.
Yeah.
So it's going to be on kid responsibilities.
And I feel like our kids probably have more responsibilities than we think they do. But
I don't think so.
historically speaking, you and I are very much of like,
If you want to do it,
yeah.
if you want it done right, do it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and because I will have my kids do it, but then I'll go behind them and, like folding towels.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Like
I couldn't tell you where any of my dishes are right now because they're in different cabinets and that's not where they go.
Well, okay. So I'm actually better at that. I have them switch off. So Sunday when they come to me, whoever it is does the dishwasher. And then one thing that I've had to incorporate, which I think that this is another thing where it makes me have to breathe for a minute. Why would you undo the dishwasher? You see that there's dishes in the sink, like load it back. Like I have to literally tell them to load it back.
You only asked me to empty it?
Yeah. And I'm like, so then whoever is emptying, then the other one has to load it. And it's like, why is this a thing?
Oh, that's a thing for sure.
But they are good. They'll
Children
argue.
are very literal.
For sure. For sure.
You just said empty it.
Oh, well, that goes with the other where they switch off feeding the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to say feed the dog and cat because the cat won't get fed if I say just feed the dogs. I'm not kidding. This is real life.
I fully am with it. That's why I'm laughing.
I mean, but the importance of teaching kids responsibilities definitely is life skills. Like,
we're supposed to be parenting ourselves out of a job.
Yeah. And I tell my youngest who's my oldest is super smart. They're both super smart. My youngest, she gets, I think she's just gotten her first couple of B's in her life ever for the first time. And I told her, I said, you got to keep this up. I said, because when you're older, you're going to require a chef, a maid, a driver, because she does not care.
I would think my pet peeve is still dishes, but if it's on the table and you get up from the table and go somewhere else, why is the dish still on the table?
Yeah. Yeah, I struggle with that.
Did you not notice it was like and it doesn't magically disappear.
Why do I
will
have
leave
to
it
constantly
there
say it too?
and be like, hey, you got up. Do you want to look around?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I will say one of the things that I have done is like my kids know how to cook. Like I'm like pretty comfortable if they go make scrambled eggs, spaghetti, pizza, whatever. Like I'm pretty confident they're not going to burn the house down.
I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
I think when my youngest son was burned down the house, just microwaving. Yeah. I mean, that's where we're at in life.
My oldest did that probably around the same age, around 8. We had Chick-fil-A left over and she put the whole Chick-fil-A packet in the microwave and had no idea. And we had I was like, how fun was that science experience?
Yeah.
Experiment. Excuse me.
Well, but my oldest, I might as well just set them on fire when I tell them to take their baskets upstairs and put your clothes away.
How many times does someone's leg hurt, stomach hurt?
Yeah.
Actually, Mom, I just got a headache.
I forgot. Oh. No, you didn't.
This is one thing I'll agree with you where my patience leaves me.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, okay, I'll just do it because I'm tired of looking at it.
I'm tired because it gives me and for me, and I don't know if you feel the same way, I get anxiety with clutter.
My work can't be messy and my home be messy.
Yeah, no.
So if one or both are messy, then we just have to throw everything out and start over.
Yeah, for sure. Burn it down and be done. But it does teach accountability, builds confidence, self-esteem, prepares for adulthood, builds resilience and independence, and being productive and proactive member of your family. I feel like my two, when it comes to chores and they don't care if they're a productive person in the family.
Yeah. Well, so my girls have their own bathroom. So they trade off cleaning the bathroom. And then they both requested a kitten for Christmas and they trade off cleaning kitty litter. Supervised. Nobody come for me because they're cleaning kitty litter. Like it's supervised. They're wearing gloves, but they wanted that cat.
Do that?
I don't know. Cause you're not supposed to do it when pregnant. So I feel like some people have concerns about children being around it, but I mean, yeah. So some of the stuff mine do is like, my oldest will have to put up the dishwasher. Youngest isn't really there yet, mainly because she doesn't argue with me on cleaning the bathrooms.
Yeah.
So I'm like, baby girl, if you clean the bathrooms, I won't make you do dishes.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah.
And so we have like a half bathroom downstairs. Her and my husband trade off using that because they're the only people that use it. And then they share an upstairs bathroom, like a Jack and Jill bathroom type of thing.
Yeah.
and then they trade off cleaning that. And then, like you said, here's your clothes. You put I fold them and put them on my bed, and then I like do a roll call, come get all your stuff off my bed, because I know if they're not folded and I put them in the basket, like they will look homeless all week. And maybe that's something where I'm like, well, these are cause and effects.
Mine are happy to look homeless is my problem. Like they're like, yeah, I don't care. They'll wear the same shirt the whole week if I let them.
Yeah, I feel like that's an age thing, I think, because I don't understand why I have to talk you into a shower.
Right.
Like
Right.
I smell you, you smell you. I
Yeah.
can't smell. Everyone in the neighborhood can smell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
No, I'm
taste
with
for the
you.
left, go get in the shower.
For sure. Okay, so balancing and you know what? I think that I feel like I was better at this when they were younger, and that's what's so weird. And
We had more energy when they were younger.
yeah, maybe
We
so.
weren't as beat down.
Yeah. Well, so because we did balancing expectations based on age and personality. So chore charts, we did that.
Yeah,
It just didn't stick.
Yeah, I also don't give them allowance.
I don't get mine allowance.
I do.
For what?
My oldest, I have started. She's responsible for helping me budget groceries to understand, like,
Okay, well,
when
that's smart. I
when
like
you
that.
eat an entire box of Pringles because Sissy needed those for her lunches.
Yeah.
That's how much you cost me.
Yeah, no, I like that idea.
So like I am not a go into the grocery store. I save all of that for the delivery people. And that is one of the things I feel like we differ. Like you will be like, I'd rather do it myself. And I would rather pay someone and not leave my house.
Yeah, I like going.
It has its downsides though, because I do get some things that are not correct.
Yeah.
But it hasn't been enough for me to change the.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and also to the grocery store that I go to that is closest to my house is they don't have their shit together, man. They just don't. Yeah. And so
What happened today?
Today the one store that I go to, because they have the meals, like the Target meals and all that kind of stuff, they had nothing. They had, and not only that, all of their freezers were broken. So everything that was in the freezer was going bad, which, by the way, I know this is petty, but I am super pissed because they have these frozen Reese's bananas, like chocolate covered Reese's bananas. They're on sale today, like major sale, and I couldn't get them because all the food that was in the freezers were soured. And I was like,
so rude.
I know. And so I ended up having to go to a second grocery store. So I guess, like, in that case, yes, the way you do it would have been a much easier, but also.
Well, and that's the thing too. Like they arrive probably right when my youngest is home from school on Thursday or Friday afternoon, and it's their responsibility to put up groceries.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
that's nice. I would have your problem with dishes. Like,
I went and pulled out a pan today, and I have sliding drawers. There was a pan stuck in between this. Like it took me 10 minutes to figure out how it even got there.
Oh my goodness.
Let alone how to get it out.
That's fun. That's fun. So simple tasks for younger kids: setting the table, putting things away. Yes, and mine are pretty good about that. Yeah. You know, when they're in the
like
the
today
mindset.
we had lunch with my parents. They came over, and Everly had to wipe down the table. Oh dang it, sorry. My youngest had to wipe down the table, and my oldest had to set the table. So I mean, they're happy to do that, and they love to cook too. So they're really big. And like I was like, we had just got home from church, and I was like, hey, watch the meat on the stove, and I'm gonna go change. And she was happy to do that. And so like stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. So meal prep. I know that you do meal prep. I don't do that, but I have them make their own lunches.
So I've started doing that. But one of the things for me is like I just like that I don't get to go to do school stuff as much as I want. And so for me, like that's like I have little joke that goes in like her lunchbox and everything. And so like for me, that's just like me sending her with love because I don't get to go be with her.
My ex-husband, he writes them little letters on like a paper towel, and then he puts in their lunches and stuff like that. I don't do that.
I go on Amazon. You can get 500 like card jokes, like kids appropriate jokes, and it is. But I put one in like, and they last for 2 years. I'll give them to you when we're done, and then you can use them.
Oh, okay.
And then she is down here when I'm making her lunch. Like I'm not just doing it.
Yeah.
And so like we're like finding different things that she likes and finding, and one of the things is she has one of my food allergies. So like we're starting conversations real young as far as like, hey mom, actually the last time I ate that, it didn't really make me feel good. Or I got a headache from it. So like that's been a big thing for her too, of like learning how to fuel your body appropriately. And just because other people can eat it doesn't necessarily mean we do.
Yeah. So other folding laundry, feeding pets, cooking meals. So I mean we covered that.
Yeah. Which our girls else feed the cat, but our dog requires a lot of medication, so they don't feed her.
Yeah. Well, okay. So how to motivate them? Reward systems
And
versus
this is
natural
where we need y'all's
consequence.
help because, like we said, we ask maybe once or twice and then we do it ourselves.
Yeah, and I do it loud too. Like I do it like you can feel that mom is not
I
happy.
have a lot of sighing.
Yeah, like I kind of stomp anyway. I don't know why. It's the
Just like a
southern
heavy
in me.
foot.
I have a
Yeah.
heavy
My
foot.
youngest is like that. And I'm like, the sky is falling every time
Yeah.
you walk.
Yeah, and so but it gets even louder.
Yeah.
Like it
It's an
gets
intentional
yeah, it's
stump.
intense walking. But making sure that they understand the why. So again, if we go back to like it teaches accountability, self-esteem, adults, how do adults because at
Yeah.
some point where they're not going to be I think that my kids will never want animals whenever they get
Yeah, that's
older.
interesting.
I mean, because but at the same time, I think that's a good lesson for
Yeah.
them because it's like this is what comes with it. Where it's like yeah, it's cute to have a cat and a dog and all this, but this is what comes of it. And I've got multiple of all. So
Yeah.
But the importance of consistency and setting expectations.
I think that's where we are like better at of like I'm a big routine person. Like if we do it one day, we're doing it the next day. And I'm very much like trying to teach them like you're never gonna feel like it all the time. So discipline is much more important than your mood.
I've tried to do more of like our cleaning days be Saturdays because I was having it be on Sundays, but I feel like they kind of felt well,
Like they
she's
didn't
just
get a
having us
day.
well, she's just having us do this because we're not going to be here.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's also too because they don't have the best cleaning ethic.
Yeah.
And so then it's
It
me
takes a
getting
little longer.
well that and then it's getting frustrated and stuff. And I
Yeah.
don't like doing that on the day that they're going to be leaving.
Yeah,
you
I
know.
will say, like, for me, it's helped to like lead up to it of a lot of like, hey guys, remember like, for instance, you had to do something with your oldest and you brought me your youngest, and I was like, perfect, I need more hands. And it was a
Yeah.
whole day of like going through old toys and like cleaning out bookcases.
Was
and
she actually helpful?
oh, she was so helpful.
See, this is what pisses me off.
She was so helpful.
Because if it was me, like, no.
I know, but we're the same person, so it's a little different. Although I'm like the fun aunt. So when
Yeah.
I'm asking, it's not the same as mom asking.
Yeah, that's true. And
My cleaning comes with ice cream and like all kinds of fun stuff.
that's terrible. Don't tell me
And
that.
boxes of stuff that she can just take with her.
Yes, and then here we go. It's just a vicious cycle all over again.
Yeah.
But so how do you get your stubborn child to help?
You guys let us know. I haven't figured that one out yet. I mean, with the exception of when she's in the mood, she's amazing.
Well, I will say I'm more mindful. I mean, it's not a lot of things, it's very little things, but I'm very mindful of paying attention to what she's actually good at doing.
Yeah.
Where it's when
where then that way the conversation is like, oh my gosh, could you help me with this again? Because you were so helpful last time.
So my youngest, she is fantastic at organizing things, like taking a mess of things like underneath the sink, the bathroom sink. She'll take out everything.
I said we're the same person.
Yeah, and redo it. I love it.
And we're both like, we needed to be aesthetically pleasing and efficient.
And so but things like that, I make sure to make a big deal of like, you are so good at this. You have helped me so much. Thank you so much, and really like making a big deal about it. But yeah, and I don't know. I think that maybe this week what I'll do is just try hey, instead of us having a one day that we're cleaning, like let's try to do a little bit every day, and see. I don't know.
It's hard too because like they're doing testing and stuff like that now that we're getting closer to the end of the year. So it's like they're genuinely coming home tired.
Yeah, they're tired and they got homework and they got books to read and all that
sports
kind of stuff
and whatever.
Yeah, but at the same time, when you're an adult,
but like you said, if we do small impactful things, it will help us
like a room at a time. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe make it fun. Like if you're doing cleaning, like we said, put some music on, have an ice cream party after, or whatever it is. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be straight sugar because that doesn't do any favors either.
And so I've actually done this. So the other is like make it a competition. Who can do this faster, cleaner, more effective? The only thing is that with mine, I already have a problem. Oh, and I say a problem, but I would say more of an issue of them being in competition because my youngest, she wants to hurry up and be like sister. She idolizes her sister. And so if her sister does something better than her and I am saying, oh yeah, she went, so that doesn't necessarily, I can see where it would work
Yeah.
for, maybe other personalities.
Well, and I think too that is a hard age in general. Like I feel like my oldest struggles with that me saying something good about her sister is a personal reflection of a failure of hers. And
Exactly.
you're
And
like,
it's
and it's
no.
teaching that understanding of like two things can be true. Of
Yes.
like she could have done something really good and it be better than you, but yours was also great.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah, for
That doesn't
sure.
mean anything.
You're not less
You're
because
not
of
less
that.
than. You're not. Yeah. But there will be times, in your life that there will be people that are better at things than you.
Yeah.
Let's hope it's not cleaning.
Yeah, but I will say when I discovered that my youngest was good at organizing, I was not too happy, I'll be honest, because I couldn't find anything.
Yeah.
And she wanted to do it as a surprise. So I think it was because I couldn't mentally prep myself of like what exactly it was just, oh, hey, look. Oh, it was my vanity. It was my makeup vanity.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you what, because that's my
your space.
that's my morning routine and, all this kind of stuff. And I couldn't find anything for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It was terrible. And I was like, oh my gosh. But at the same time, I thought, well, how do I correct this without making her feel like she did something bad. She didn't do anything bad. She did something great. It's just
mommy wasn't ready.
I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready.
Maybe that is like kind of, we'll have a topic about, consent. Maybe, and that is kind of a form of consent of, hey, I love that you did this. Hey, could you check in with me next time?
Yeah. Well, and I think that we did kind of have that conversation.
Yeah.
And now what I'll do is I'll suggest things so I can go ahead and take stock of like what all this is. Yeah. And everything and kind of put like parameters of like, hey, so if this is an empty bottle, like go ahead and throw that away. Like you don't have to that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But okay, so takeaways. Start teaching them young.
I mean, I think it's important. I think
putting your
it's
toys
not
away.
doing them any favors to wait.
No.
I mean, obviously age appropriate. Like I don't know that
it's not doing you any favors.
I don't know that at 8 they were on the stove without supervision. You know what I mean? Like or cooking things. Like that's they're 12 and 10 now.
Mm-hmm.
And with my oldest, ironically, I'm like more my youngest is not as distractible as my oldest is very distractible.
Yeah.
And so I'm actually much more comfortable with my 10-year-old supervising.
Yeah. No, I get that.
But I mean, it's just a practice. Like they're going to make mistakes. They're going to be cracking eggs to make scrambled egg and you're going to have a full egg land on the floor. Laugh it off,
That's how to live my life.
Because if we shun them from mistakes when they're at home, then like we're not doing anything but teaching them that they don't want to fail ever.
Yeah.
And then they're never going to try.
Yeah. And keep the tasks age appropriate and be patient. That's where I gotta work. I gotta work on my patience.
Yeah. Well, I would not even say patience. Like your patience is stemming from lack of control.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of just like sitting and watching the mess. You don't like the mess.
No, I don't like the mess because I know who's gonna clean it up. And
yeah.
It's gonna be them.
Yeah. But
then they will. And see, that's the thing is that they'll get the like. I don't understand like vacuuming. I will literally sweep everything into a pile, and somehow they still miss chunks of things, and I'm like, I cannot.
Yeah. Well, then it's like that redirect of like, oh my gosh, you got so much up. It looks like we're almost done.
Ooh, I like that.
Like instead,
and just more of like, let me do it.
Yeah. Which again, like, and then that's a control thing for you, where I don't have that struggle in that capacity. Like I definitely have control issues in other areas of my life for sure. But like that's one where I'm like, that's really funny. This is going to be a great story. Like that you just dropped a half a carton of eggs on the ground. Or like my oldest and I made pancakes. We didn't know the vanilla that I used was expired. They were the most disgusting fermented pancakes we've ever had. And it was like, baby, you tried something. Not all of our recipes are going to work.
Yeah.
But it was a fun story. And I like made, because she kind of got down. She was like, oh, they're actually really terrible. And I'm like, how funny is this going to be to tell to dad and grandma?
Yeah.
Like encourage that of like, hey, like the plot twist in this is hilarious.
Yeah.
Versus like, oh my God, my eye has been twitching watching you do this.
Well, that's me.
For the last 2 hours. Could you please just figure it out? Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
That is not an easy skill for me. Like that is me overriding my inner monologue of like sweet baby Jesus. Like
help us all.
Help us all.
Help us all. All right. Well, we need your tips and tricks on this one, guys. Like please.
Yeah, what are your kids doing at their ages? Our kids are 10, 12, 11, and 8. What are your kids at that age doing? Are they,
Being
I
mean
mean,
and hateful and cleaning up after themselves.
please tell me yours shower because ours feel like they're being murdered.
I know. But all right. Well, so thanks for joining us again. Like and describe.
Describe.
I mean, yeah,
Subscribe.
describe us, and how wonderful we are. Share these episodes with friends, but subscribe and like wherever you find your podcasts. And we will see you again soon.
Bye.
Bye.